worked for you pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I went to the Holy Shrine when I was there. They had a whole farm and they had a whole college research area. Improve our cinnamon. All for one island.
Do you have other stock studies and stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, about a lot.
Coming out, bud.
Yeah, who's that?
It's kind of large for
It's VHS.
That's most camcorders on movie tapes.
yeah, tiny one.
Those are good if you're traveling and have to put it in a suitcase, or for girls,
Okay.
where it's not so big.
Remember that first you taped that party about 10 years ago? That technology. We were trying softball and had it all on film. That was a big thing back then.
Got gravy boats, but I think that has to be kept hot. Aren't you gonna put hot? You're gonna light the candle so
Yeah.
it'll be hot.
Yeah, I just gotta mash.
But I tell you that Barbara said that, Susan was going to Moscow to get a girl baby.
Really?
When the needs some surgery.
You want one?
I used that cooking class actually. We did through those very nuts to
You know where your matches are?
we'll make room wine ingredients if the rule is.
Master.
Above the stove.
Okay.
There's some on the,
So I used to keep wine out of coffee like that.
some on the mantle.
I have not.
And I tasted them too.
Power.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I got many.
Oh, Arne. The stories Arne could tell. His childhood. Oh, Arne. Yes. He's lived more than most men.
Oh, I know when I lived in the sorority house, and the girls would rub each other's backs. Is
Oh,
that
don't
kinda
tell
like-
us that.
That doesn't
Is
count.
that kind of like
Those don't count.
It wasn't,
That
they
that
weren't
counts.
gay. We had one gay girl in there. I mean, we didn't call them gay at that time, but we laughed at her behind her back.
Well, she was rubbing your back.
She told
Francie
this one girl that was
Told me about her
very good,
experience
and
in
she
school.
said, she would say to Betty, Betty, you have a beautiful back, you know.
Every sorority house has got to have one or two.
But get rid of the fin. She's a beautiful back. Why does she need a fin?
Were you all 4 years in a sorority, Barbara?
But when you were a freshman, you had to stay at the dorm. Even though you pledged to sorority, you had to live the first year in the dorm. About the time you all kids were college age, that wasn't the thing to do. Nobody wanted to join sororities or
Now they're coming,
fraternities.
yeah, they're coming back again.
Yeah, I think they're.
About when I
coming
went,
back
it
now.
was taboo, yeah.
Yeah, we almost
Like,
lost our
whoa.
house out here at UCSB. They almost foreclosed on it because nobody wanted to live in it. And all of them were the same way, all of the sororities and the fraternities.
I
There
never
used to
could
be some sororities on above St. Francis Hospital, right on Grand Avenue. There was a lot of sororities
Oh,
there,
yeah.
fraternity houses. And UCSB was
What
on
was
Riviera.
UCSB was
One was up there. I
Riviera
guess where the
Plaza.
where Brooks is now. Where that
Jefferson?
part of Jefferson Brooks. Yeah.
You know, APS?
Uh-huh. That was one part of UCSB. And they moved it out. The Marines had a little base out there.
Yeah, I think we're on film now, so we have to change everything we're talking about.
Yeah, we sure do, because it was up there near St. Francis.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't, but the women I met here of my age went to UCSB up here by by St. Francis. And when we used to come up here in 1960 and 60, up to 63, that was a funny little old campus out there at UCSB, you know, it was little. I couldn't believe it,
Cozy.
it was so
Who would have thought it
much
would grow?
No, that's what I'm surprised about. Yeah.
little.
It's a pretty small little campus.
Yeah. Sure building like crazy. They're doubling the buildings now.
I'm sorry?
The UCSB they're doubling the buildings this 10 years. They're just really, every
Right.
space, yeah, they're just building. It's a booming campus.
That's fine.
Architecture's pretty boring there, but it sure is a nice location. Isla Vista is where they need to work on.
Yeah. But I
That's
don't live
awful.
there.
Were you in
Have you ever lived there?
No.
North Carolina near Raleigh when they had that trial on Jeffrey? What was his name that was accused of killing his wife and 3 daughters at North Carolina
Where was that? That was,
that's my folks live there. What was the name of that? Fort Bragg.
Fort Bragg, right. That was a few hours away from there, yeah. Fort Bragg.
You know, that really was something. And
National news.
this fellow that wrote the book about it, what is his name? He writes a lot of books like that. Can't remember his name right now, but that's my age. But anyway, this Jeffrey got himself a new trial, and this fellow wanted to work on a book for it. So he said, okay, you know, and he lived right there with this fellow accused of the murders and the lawyers and anything. And in the middle of it, he changed his mind and decided that the guy was guilty, you know. And he wrote his book on that.
I think they had a made-for-TV thing about that.
Yeah, they did. And, but then this fellow, not too bad, I can't remember his name. He was a nice-looking fellow, and they had his.
Didn't know I could do that with small tray.
Terrible.
Oh, he was on a talk show or something, and this author was too. And on that program, he found out, it was right on that program that he found out that this book was written from the angle that he was guilty, you know. And I guess he about wet his pants, you know. What a shock to him, you know, after all those, when he thought he was writing it, because he
Right at the end, they changed it.
was innocent, but
A lot of
I
DNA
think he
stuff
was
now they're
guilty.
finding out right at the end who was guilty. You know, a lot of these cases years later turned around with DNA now.
Yeah, like which ones?
There's a bunch of people who were there, they're throwing them out of jail.
Yeah, it's much more widely accepted in the legal world to use DNA to exculpate somebody than it is to implicate them.
So have there been a few cases of 20 years later they've said, we have now this DNA, this person couldn't possibly have done it, they're free? That's
Yeah.
Well,
actually
if they
happened.
can say that
That's amazing.
the DNA is valid to allow them to be freed, then they should, you know,
Well, it's actually,
accept it as well and equally
it's the way it works.
in the
DNA
courts
is
to-
probability.
to convict.
In certain communities, like in the Appalachian community, you certainly wouldn't theoretically want to use DNA to convict. because there's been so much inbreeding, DNA wouldn't necessarily pinpoint the person, because DNA isn't
Well, then-
like a thumbprint. It's not an identifier, it's an eliminator of possibilities. It'll tell you maybe 1 in 25,000 people have this DNA, but research has shown that like in tightly knit inbred communities like Appalachian, Tennessee mountains, places like that, there is more common DNA traits among different individuals. So that's why you can use it to get somebody off. If it's clearly not my DNA, it can't be me. But if it is my DNA, it could also maybe be my twin brother or my cousin. It could be, if there was a lot of inbreeding, it could be a lot of other people. It's just like the way they used to do blood types, it's just a little more narrow. If it's type O and I'm type A, it certainly can't be me.
I thought it was like a complete fingerprint.
It's not. It's not. I have a friend who actually it was while she was still in law school, she did a motion to have it eliminated. That's the standard up in Northern California, that you cannot use it strictly to implicate when it's only this one test that's done. That's why in O.J. Simpson's case they're doing 2 tests on it. Because there was one of the tests, it does, like I just said, it only serves to eliminate possible suspects. It doesn't directly point a finger at somebody. At this point, it's not that distinct.
Good, Ken.
But when you take it into account, it's just like blood type, It used
Well, I
to
was
be.
just-
When
I
you
was
take it
just-
into account, it's a lot to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, they're letting these guys out because of this DNA and stuff.
It's gonna probably get more and more accurate, I guess. Things are gonna change
Yeah.
next
Well.
10 years.
Shouldn't do that.
All right.
You grab my glass?
Suppose Chuck is in there on the telephone.
Gotta get the sweater and shirt off there, Arne?
I'm warming up.
Well, that's because you're right next to the heater.
Yeah, I got the right spot.
I'll trade places with you mid-meal.
All right, you got it.
Well, the only disaster besides getting a little flustered was the marshmallows got a little burnt.
Well, that just makes it better.
Yeah. Well, here's the
Listen.
Thanksgiving. Come on in.
Oh, we haven't
Ready?
started yet.
Ritual chanting.
No, the ritual chanting will begin in about 2 minutes.
I'd bring this.
Excellent.
Oh, wait a minute.
Could you do me a favor, James? Would you toss my magazine off to the side so you don't have to deal with it?
You can read it during dinner.
Anybody want to say grace?
I wasn't.
Want to say grace, Mom?
No, Grace. Dear God, thank you for friends and family to make it a nice day for all of us, and we thank you for the blessings you have bestowed on all of us. Amen.
Yeah. There's a lot to be thankful for. So, let's eat.
I'm not going to make everybody go where everyone wants and say what they think.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so thankful they decided that without us.
That what?
Oh, are you gonna, could you?
Really hot.
What did you say?
He said something like, I'm so thankful they decided that, or something.
That we wouldn't make you go once around the room and say what you heard before.
Well, it is a tradition in our family to have the eye out of the person to your left. No, can you please,
Oh,
can you take that out? Can you
what's the matter?
pull that pin out, that peg out of the hole? I think
Probably not.
I'd go the other way around.
Why do you want it out?
Only a photographer's hand.
This is your mother's recipe, isn't it, Elaine?
Jock's the guy who works out.
John's
House,
working out.
I
restaurant.
can't believe that he carries
I owe
this weight.
everything
to
He
Jock.
runs. You just put them down
No, it's a
and then
recipe of the
run
Palace
and then
restaurant.
pick them back
Their
up.
recipe.
There you go.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
You got a little burnt?
What was your life before you met Chuck McCullough?
You know, I have no memory of that.
I grew up with
Jock taught me everything.
What would I call it?
And we're gonna have a refresher course tonight.
Here, take
Oh,
a fresh
tell us.
It's cold
Let's
here.
go on the table.
Holy
What
fuck.
Jock means to every, I'll start.
You guys can all also remember there was a Jell-O salad, but it's in our refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
I'll drive over and get it.
Do you want to?
Saturday now.
I'll run over there.
I'll try to give you an opening.
Because I knew I needed to go to the refrigerator to get the whipped cream, I would have found it. And I said, aha.
Good roll.
Jock, you're gonna have to get yourself a chair.
Okay.
Oh. We have 8 people? Oh, there's a chair there, isn't there? Next to you, Mom?
Oh, yeah, yes, there is.
Oh.
Thank you, kid. Come on. Come on, Mom. Thank you. You don't need it.
Bad news is Arne.
What size lens is that, Jock?
I don't know.
The thing's gonna fall over again, I think.
Let me see.
You know,
I
you
got
gotta
it.
keep that thing tight. That's pretty flimsy.
There you
We'll
go.
just get sweet.
Tell you what else,
Yeah.
you need to lower it.
I'd probably like the chocolate.
Once you raise it up above its tripod, it loses its
There we go.
center of gravity.
Well, there wasn't
There
any
we
room
go.
on
Becomes
my
a
plate
lot
for it
smaller.
anyway, so
Really?
just call it a
Yeah.
drop.
The tripod was meant
Where's the
to,
last thing I made at midnight last night?
well,
Oh well, we'll have it with leftovers.
Oh, forgot the Brussels
to be at the
sprouts.
base, to
Oh,
hold
yeah.
the weight
Oh, those are good.
right here
Yeah, I was
on
thinking
this
those
level.
all starched.
Really?
So when you raise it up, it makes it vulnerable.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
it later?
All right then.
So we also were supposed to have Brussels sprouts, but
And carrots.
they're in your refrigerator.
Okay, John. Come on up here.
They hadn't sprouted yet.
Come by for leftovers and you'll have
Yeah,
them.
I'd say so.
Everything that's missing.
Muffins are
Yeah,
good.
Mom, you want some, or do you want to?
I'll
Get
get
it.
it, yeah.
Oh. May I serve you?
Well, thank you, Ken, just,
A little bit of everything, or?
yeah, a little bit of everything. And I really mean a little bit, because,
Okay.
you know, I've been eating and I wasn't supposed to.
A little bit for
Would
John.
this have been your first Thanksgiving in the
How about
condo?
Stephanie?
It would-
Second. First. Second.
No,
First?
I moved there in January.
Oh, so first Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
First Christmas in the condo.
Coming up. Are these oysters here, Ken?
No, that's,
Was there, you picked out the place to put the stockings?
sorry.
Where's your plate?
Hmm?
Where's your plate?
All right. here
Ken
comes
has
the
it.
Ken.
Ken is
Oh, this is fine, Ken. This is hot.
throwing it for me.
Yeah.
Will you be-
And I'm rudely eating while you guys all stand in line.
Oh, I should think that would be.
Jock, are you in line for something? Or
You
No, I'm
finish.
supervising. Supervising here, why don't you go here? There you go, why don't you jump in there?
The line starts at that end?
Actually, no, alphabetical, so you're right there.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah, so
Right
over there.
right there we
Two
are.
kinds of stuffing there.
And then, Arne, okay.
Sausage and.
How am I doing,
Stretch
John?
your
How am I
seat
doing?
out, you're all set.
Okay, John.
So tomorrow,
We want some
when we do
leftovers,
leftovers, we can have Brussels sprouts and carrots and.
Yeah.
Is this you?
I don't know.
Are these two different kinds of dressing?
Yes, two different types in there.
Yeah, one's oyster and one's sausage and cornbread.
Fruits and nuts. Well, there's technically the spinach and the oyster stuffing, so that we have a green.
Yeah.
These biscuits are incredible.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Tell me about the biscuits.
Food, but.
Oh,
Right.
taste of
So
sneaking
impressive.
They're awesome.
Do you get to eat
Wow,
it
that's
there?
interesting.
Come by for leftovers tomorrow
I've got
night.
it all
And we'll
right.
actually
Really?
have
Yeah.
the Brussels sprouts and
Really?
carrots,
They
and
can be
we'll have a Jello salad too. You
Oh,
can-
no, this is just Thanksgiving
Okay,
Day.
we forgot them.
Did you get the memo today?
Yeah, you should come by.
That would be
Sweet
ideal.
potatoes and
You'll have another Thanksgiving dinner,
marshmallows
won't
are
you?
really good.
Or leftovers?
Wow, I had 3 meals planned each day for the next 4 days.
I totally skipped lunch today. Had a little Cheerios this morning, English muffin.
This is
5:30.
dressing here, guys. Don't pass this up.
No, they're not good.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Deep rim. Good for you.
I think
No, different.
It's
different type.
feed a cold, starve a fever.
There we go. Mm.
This is delicious.
I think I could go Mrs. McWilliams.
You
And
like it.
we could go on stage. She's so funny.
You two are, there's some connection there.
Yeah, there
This
is.
is patient. Steve and her just constantly make jokes together. She's back and forth.
We just look at each other and the way she laughs is amazing. But I start hearing her voice though during the day when I'm away from the hospital.
I've never seen you take such interest in the patient.
They're flirty.
I have. There's only every 3 months or something.
I saw you in there talking to the young guy, the guy with the knee, that was Mr. Turner, that was nice of you. Stuck in there. Day before Thanksgiving.
What are the things Colleen said about him?
No. Dude, no record.
Good and bad.
She should tell us that.
His girlfriend works in
Ex-wife.
Victoria's Secret.
Really?
Mall, yeah.
But that's his ex-wife visiting him, isn't it?
I don't know.
Edible stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. Tonight, 6 platters.
Here we all are.
Thank you.
I've sat down with Jock McCobbin about 6 times, and they've all been Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Mm-hmm. Well, thanks for letting us, or giving us an opportunity to make this stuff. We enjoyed a lot.
Anytime.
And then we
Good job.
got dishes at home.
Start your own restaurant.
Elaine and Ken's.
Fine, original Chumash food.
Have you heard that restaurant in Korea now that has about 4 or 5 tables? It looks kind of fun. Right next to Janine's.
It was,
Roy's.
it used to be called the Expressway Cafe, now it's called Roy's. It's still the same guy opening, who owns it.
Looks pretty popular.
I guess it's just $10 and they serve you whatever
Let's go
they're
there.
serving that night.
Oh,
Pretty
they
good.
changed that? Let's do that. The service would probably be impeccably better, but they can't screw it up.
Good cafe.
Go.
Establishment.
Good.
There's only one rule here, we're not allowed to eat more than Jock McCobbin. Oh no. Very.
Last couple years, this cranberry here
Mm-hmm.
has really taken a rise in overall use. Like about, I think
Gain
over
popularity?
3,000%.
Yeah,
The demand for the cranberry has,
Really?
it's going in everything. It's you know, it's anything that a raisin can go in. A cranberry can do the same. I guess.
only better.
Not just
Yes,
for Thanksgiving.
they have the backing of.
Well,
No.
they've got the backing of the crayons.
It's well, the backing of the health industry. You know, they're saying it's very healthy.
Yeah.
Good.
It's a natural
Dry
cure
cran.
for a lot of UTIs.
Right. It's a UTI buster.
Yep. Seriously, when I had one during the bar exam, Ken was gone, there was no way to get to anywhere, medicine or anything the last day of the bar exam. I just chugged down a huge jug of cranberry juice, and it took me through the last 6 hours. Of course, by the time I got to the doctor, they said it was raging. It's like, no wonder you were in pain.
Oh, turkeys were good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh turkey.
Everything is delicious.
Yeah. Like oysters.
Ken makes outrageous stuff. He does a lot of stuff.
But these biscuits, they come from what kind of recipe?
From Palace Cafe.
I like those yams.
Yeah.
I don't even like yams. Pretty funny.
Really?
Yeah.
I took some figuring that I might like them, even though I don't like yams.
Same thing happened to you?
I did too, but I haven't tried them yet.
I'm one.
Try them. They're really good.
Really rich, yeah.
God, they're
Like
so
candy.
good.
I'll let Steve go first.
Let's see, since
If
the
he has
roll,
some.
any butter or is that some
Never liked yams
so I can
before.
get-
I didn't get any out.
No, I can't get enough yams.
On your medical
Yeah.
form.
Do you
What a
really
yam.
like yams a lot?
No,
Right,
I
allergic
don't
to
like
them.
yams.
What's that thing
But
Popeye
I
always
like
says?
yams.
There, any
Like,
rolls,
what a
guys?
yam.
Yams
Right.
taste more like pumpkin.
Just let him know. Actually, they are pretty decent.
Doc, you alright?
I'm a,
I think I like the burnt marshmallow with the straight
it's
roll
a
off the top.
UTE. Yeah.
A uterine tract infection.
Yeah, it's a,
I knew that.
it's not the
UTE.
uterine, is it?
Uterine tract infection.
Is it urinary?
I had a urinary.
He said it was UTE. That's
Urinary tract engagement.
pretty sweat.
Did anybody here like Brussels sprouts besides
I
Canada?
like
I
everything.
like Brussels. Yeah.
I'll be loving them tomorrow night.
He bought tons of them. Last night I expressed this little concern that not everybody likes them. We really love them, but not everybody likes them.
I don't like them.
What, Brussels sprouts?
Yeah, it's kind of one of those vegetables that you either love or you don't.
I don't love them, but
I
I
know
just,
they're really good
they're
for you,
convenient.
but I
It's
don't-
like
I
eating a
can't
whole
stand it.
cabbage with one bite, and that's what I like.
I kind of like that too, actually, it's kind of fun.
Mm-hmm.
I know, don't you get like the steam burns on the
I
top
must
of
be
your
a
palate?
giant.
Have you ever eaten one in one bite and you get the steam
No, Arne.
burn
I
inside your
think so.
mouth?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
your first
They
time
can be
over
very
here was
hot.
what, 76?
First time over here was 83.
83, yeah.
83. Maybe 82. I just got a job in Montecito, man.
Mm-hmm.
Worked there 2 or 3 months. I moved to Santa Barbara.
Was it like 11?
Ken, I think Ken was still in South Africa.
Hmm.
You came
No.
over with
Yes, it
that?
was, I remember that.
Is that right?
I had a sheet of paper and wanted y'all to write something to him.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you were with a nice girl that you've
Yeah.
done with a long time.
That's right. She met a cook here and married and moved to Hawaii.
Was her name Mary?
Mary? Yeah, it was.
I guess that means we need to give you cooking lessons, right? Number one thing, you should gotta get rid of that electric stove.
He had mafia connections. I think he scared her.
They're hard to cook on.
Mm.
You can't control
Yeah.
Can't control the heat very well in an electric stove.
San Diego.
it. I guess if you get to know it, traveling there.
Well, you know,
When you
what I
first got
learned
here,
to do
period.
in
Who was not
Davis
compete with that?
is take
Not
it off one
Thanksgiving,
burner
just your
and keep a
first
can
time
full
over
of
to the
water,
house
put on
was
that one
probably
that's cooling down just slow
75.
it.
Oh yeah.
Because
74,
a lot of times
75.
I like to flash things
74,
really hot and then
Mhm.
slow them down to slow.
Oh yeah, I used to come here all summer. Yeah.
Right.
And an electric, you know,
Where are you
doesn't
from,
slow.
Dad?
Washington DC?
Washington DC?
And in Davis,
I
like some funny
went to school
ordinance
back
about
east.
the
I used
town
to
with
come out here all the
electric
time.
stoves.
Really?
Every summer.
Or they did it apparently for
Back
quite a
then.
while. Because
Where are you from originally?
I never saw a place
I'm
that
from
had
Washington
that
State.
Wow.
Now, wait a sec. You used to come out here in the summer to go to school?
To work.
Oh, to work.
School back east. We went to North Carolina.
That's cool.
And every
That must
summer
have
I
been fun.
loved coming out here. First day of summer, I'd get in the car and come out to Santa Barbara. Colleen McRae was waiting. Can you believe it? Colleen McRae.
Do you know Colleen McRae?
Oh yeah, I know Colleen. I actually knew Colleen before I knew Kim.
Really? Oh, in Spanish class?
English class. It was kind of embarrassing to me that she was kind of a loudmouth know-it-all who didn't know much. And this other guy in the class used to sit there and just make faces at each other every time she said something. So it was kind of embarrassing, because I thought she knew we did it.
No.
It turned out she had no clue, and so I felt better about it.
She'll find out eventually.
Oh, it's okay, she doesn't particularly care for me, so it's okay with me.
Derby here.
It's that bad karma thing, see, if I hadn't made faces at her.
That's right. How you doing, dude?
Fine, thank you.
You want your second serving?
No, first. Did I say that like Jock a little bit?
Nobody can impersonate Jock like me.
Well,
Never tried.
you have a gift.
I got it
Can you
down.
do it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's changing as of New Year. Harder to duplicate. We have something coming out. Yeah, that's gonna be hard to imitate.
You don't have the horns.
Oh.
Every now and then Ken will sound exactly like Jock.
Jock, yeah, Ken can do it.
Well, it's usually not intentional. It just kind of
Oh.
happens.
Now, Steve, how are the views from your room this time of year, okay? The Parma's garden? Nice?
Oh, very nice.
Very
You
nice.
like
Very
those
nice.
flowers and
Love
stuff?
to open up those.
They got for their
Love to
gardener.
close them, too.
Does a good job with them.
Yeah, I'm looking at the wall and the space that they walk through. Yeah, I leave them notes.
Oh.
How's the ducks doing over there?
Where to transplant flowers to?
Steve, you met all the neighbors?
Steve, I like that dachshund. It's adorable.
Felt unfriendly, dachshund. It's packed into its skin, didn't you? Slippery and
I think it's
Writhing.
adorable.
writhing with
I'd
joy
get it in a minute.
at meeting another human being.
Right back, Julie.
We can do the plate. Almost cooking.
A good muffin, huh?
Mm-hmm.
You're a professional cook, aren't you?
No. I'm a professional student.
How's school going?
Good.
Yeah, busy?
Try to stay busy as possible.
Photography. Why it's everywhere.
This computer though is really taking over.
Doesn't somebody have to take the images to go inside the computer?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Or borrow them from the data bank.
And know how to do the lighting stuff.
Do they, have any kind of, do they use computers at all up there?
Mhm.
Any computer imaging?
Yeah. I'm not in it though. I'm totally lost in computers. I can't figure. I can barely turn them on.
That gets better with time. I still don't have any idea how they work, but I can turn them on. As Ken is well aware, if something weird
My dad
happens on the
does
screen,
stuff.
I
He
just
scans
call him.
photos.
Yeah, my dad, he bought a computer for his office. He didn't know anything about them, but he's learning stuff. So.
I think it's a left brain thing. I'm a complete right brainer, and it's very hard for me to sit down and read the books and figure out how they work and how to do
Well, they have
things.
the right brain within it.
They have that same problem.
Get through that barrier.
Well, you're supposed to get one as soon as you can.
A right, a left brain?
And have one on your baby's high chair. Really and truly. Really.
Yeah,
That
that's
won't be
true.
happening in our house.
Have the little monitor right there on the little. Watch it slap, throw its food all over it.
Let me make Theo at home here.
I think that's probably what they do.
You got your card, guys. What's your number?
You know my number.
I want the kids to see TV for
That
the
charge
first
card,
while.
that
they-
charge card.
Household charge
Yeah,
card.
that's make,
You got your household charge card?
He was saying the
Make
kids,
you feel good.
that's why
Make
they're
you
so
guys eat better.
overweight, and so very
let me put a
out
hairnet
of
on.
shape because of
And get
television.
to about 5'2" and change my ethnicity
Because when we were
to
little,
Mexican.
you know, there wasn't
Those are
programming
your
for kids during the
workers
day,
there.
so
They
we
do a
used to
good
get time
job.
outside
Excuse
playing.
me, stealing that.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh, most of my youth,
Excuse
in
me.
TV, I was pretty overweight,
Yeah.
so.
Please pay for that.
See,
Got
there
a
it
teenager
goes.
and went surfing and things, and so.
Yeah, so you're back there, Mar? You back there, Mar? Steve?
Yeah, I can still remember, I mean, down
We're
in the
covered walking
backyard,
around town.
Jock's friends coming in and
Walking in the hallway.
trying to get Ken away from that TV.
He's
I think
hard
they,
working.
four of them would take you by the legs and arms and try to get you away. And you kept saying, it's my life, it's my life.
So this TV thing
Must
has
have
been
been
good out
pretty
for
fun.
everything, huh?
Well, she was up for her chancellorship of
Yeah.
UCSB out here.
At least she doesn't have remote controls thing. Now
One
he
out
sits
to
there
that
and you
other
can't
guy.
watch one program for more than 20 seconds.
What do you want?
Yeah.
I haven't watched that for years.
Ken's
sure.
practically given it up now. I don't think he watches very
Turn the light
much, does he?
machine
Mine
on and
is
say hello to
working.
me.
Yeah, only because.
When
he's
he's not working, he's watching it.
Oh, is he?
Well, I use it as there's a couple shows I like, but
Yeah, well,
mostly
they're
it's
okay.
to relax.
Oh,
Oh, you met her that time, John, right?
That's right, it's on the third
No,
floor.
most of us
It's
were
our
in the
little
book or
lounge up
something.
Right.
Well,
She's pretty young.
I
All right.
have never watched so much TV in my life.
Did you watch the $1 Million Babies?
No, did you?
Yeah.
Arne watches all the trash TV.
I can
Did you watch
remember
Scarlet?
the original
I watched
ones.
Scarlet
I can
Anything
remember
Daniel
the
Steele?
original.
type things.
I can remember those original
Oh,
Beyond
you-
the Tulips.
You remember that?
Yeah, I can
Dr.
remember
Defoe
that.
stealing
Yeah,
them?
Yeah.
What's that?
And what was their doctor's name?
Dr. Defoe.
Defoe, yeah.
Must have been quite a big story. Oh,
You'd steal
a
them?
little farm in Canada.
He had them taken away by social.
He took them away because he thought, when kids couldn't be taken care of properly. And then it just became this major, and he profited greatly from all these engagements and took them to America.
Huh.
Kids were exploited.
Because they were poor, naive, stupid, not stupid, ignorant, uneducated people who gave birth to them.
And it became a French, Quebec, English-speaking issue.
Yeah, actually, because they were really looked down upon for being French.
Hmm.
You know, like here, look the way we look at Latin Americans.
You remember that, Barbara? 1930s. How often does it happen? 5 babies. Really?
That
Probably
was the
rare.
first
They,
time
they were
it
the first to survive,
ever survived,
You
yeah.
know.
at least known to survive.
Or it happens.
Some
No.
Some pill or something? for-
What's-
I can't remember why.
Cost a lot of them, didn't it?
Hmm?
The weird birth control pills and things they used to use that cost a lot.
Fertility pills.
Yeah,
For
mostly
women
they
who
have,
are having trouble conceiving.
have lots of eggs.
Yeah, they promote releasing tons of them.
I think you're being shown up there, aren't you?
Steve's just doing great.
There's a fifth platter.
Carbo packing?
Can
Oh,
Steve do that
man.
thing in front of the fireplace?
thought I
there
had a
that
lot.
Brian said he
I've
looks
never
pregnant?
seen Stevie this much. Never.
Well, he hasn't eaten yet.
I'm a little bit bulimic.
You won't finish.
I have to admit it.
There's no way Steve
Yeah,
can finish
if we
that.
see Steve leave the room for a moment, we know why.
We do.
He's bulimic.
You're having
Any average lunch, I eat twice as much as Steve.
There's any yams in there, Steve.
The flesh was so tender.
That'd be fun. Yeah. Steve, there's 3 pies.
Oh, sorry, there's 2 now.
I should get 3
Drop
pies and a cheesecake.
Now that you mentioned
Really?
fries, maybe I shouldn't go for this second
Who
helping.
ate, who ate the pumpkin?
Forgot about those.
The piece
I
of
know.
pumpkin?
I didn't.
Suspect number 1.
But you
Barbara
don't
says
want
she
any
didn't
mother
do it.
pie, do you?
Are you kidding?
You can have it now.
I think I'll go get a piece now.
Here, I'll go bring them out. I'll cut you a piece. Because actually I need to make
No, those
whipped
pies
cream,
look
so
pretty
we can
good,
hold out
Aaron.
just a little bit. I'll make some.
Well, look good, but John.
The pies.
Mm-hmm. John, tell us more about your day.
Well,
Got up
first
with
I'd like to check, usually, we kind of told you about you wearing your pajamas to Thanksgiving.
You said you had maple
I know,
syrup.
but I know we're relaxed
Refrigerator
here.
downstairs, or-
Yeah, I know you're,
That's a whole family here.
been reading, Hugh Hefner a lot. It looks very nice. I like
Thank you.
It's good color on you.
Does he mean it, Barbara?
No.
No.
Looks,
I
it
thi- I
looks
think
kind of like
he-
Steve McQueen and, one of those, what was that?
That's who you remind me of, Steve
Cotillion?
McQueen.
What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say, Mom?
No, I think you type out what you're going to say every day on one sheet of paper and just keep saying it no
Put
matter
chocolate
who
spot
you're
and ask
saying
him if he's
it
going to
to.
the Playboy Club.
I did.
Mansion. Playboy Mansion.
Have you been to the Playboy Mansion?
Once.
What was it like? You play there?
Big. No, didn't play there. This was their little party thing a couple years ago.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Just after he's married?
Yeah, so it was toned down, unfortunately.
I was just kidding.
A good show Sunday is Les McCann down at the Leader Hot Springs. He's playing there Sunday,
Really?
Sunday night. Dinner and the show.
West McCann.
Yeah, with Jeff Elliott, the trumpet player from here.
You gonna go?
Yeah.
You know what you can?
He's in his late 70s now.
Not that old, I don't think. In the 60s.
If you still play keyboards and
Yeah.
some kind of stuff.
Same kind of stuff. Written a lot of new stuff. He's always active, touring and stuff.
Ever hear from Smiley?
Once in a while, yeah, he's doing a lot of studio work in Florida. We keep in touch. He played on some of the Miami Sound Machine things and
Really?
that sort of stuff.
Where
Yeah.
you know from?
He used to be Lester Camp's drummer.
Really? West McCann.
Yeah.
That guy's awesome.
Yeah. He was real good.
I love his stuff.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
West
Yeah,
McCann, Eddie Harris, Swiss Movement, you know that all?
Oh yeah. We used to have a drummer stay over here.
Really?
Work with him. Yeah.
That's right.
Hey, you ever met Les?
Oh yeah. All the time.
Have you really?
Oh yeah. Got his home phone.
No way.
Down in LA. Yeah.
He lives in LA?
Yeah. We manage his musical director, Jeff Elliott. Yeah, they're based out of LA. Just kind of a condo thing. Doesn't want a big house. Just kind of a gated community.
God, he's good.
He made a lot of albums over the years.
Yeah, you've heard of him.
Terminator.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Very good.
But he's a writer?
Yeah, he's a writer.
Guys are street runners next door?
Yeah.
Hey, you guys are like having a race here or something.
Oh.
I'm really going slow.
And
Would
they
you like
have
me
a
to bring it
cat
back?
named,
A
That's
piece
your
of
third.
each?
Norton.
I just got a little extra turkey.
no, I would like a big piece
There's more
of,
gravy?
big
A
piece.
a piece of each?
Oh, that'll be a mark
piece
against them.
of mutton, and then,
What a nice guess.
the cheesecake one.
Okay, so which one would you?
Big piece.
I have a pumpkin
Well,
praline
Well, you're in
and
pretty
I
good
have
shape.
a,
Arne, you got, yeah, you got.
How you getting there, Jock?
You got an hour and 10 minutes.
cranberry
Now you
apple.
and your, you have your car too.
Got my car.
Good park job out
Can't
there.
eat
You like
that
it?
very
Yeah.
well, so if I
Oh,
have
yeah.
that,
There's a little
I inspected that.
sticker on your thing. It's gonna be hard to get off.
And the pumpkin cheese.
What does it say on that, Jock?
It just says, better luck next time.
Macaba Enforcement Agency.
Welcome to the, sign the Macaba RV
You know, how
Park.
do you patrol that front area?
Only 3 times a day.
Well,
Twice on holidays.
You hear all the traffic at any time. It's very detailed.
We need to get your little scooter, you can go back and forth.
Yeah, a little golf cart. Uh-huh.
Jock McCabe, the meter maid.
Yeah.
Ken, what's news in your Porsche?
Well, it's, we moved it and ready to start, got a manual. Ready to go. Just gotta find a time. Get it running again. That'll be fun.
That'll be something, yeah. Dr. Greenberg sold his Porsche, bought a Saturn. That Porsche is too expensive to operate.
Bought a Saturn.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
You hear that, Barbara?
Thank
Oh,
you very
whipped
much.
cream, whipped cream.
Yeah, that's
Whipped
10
cream.
Porsche.
Tell you what?
Barbara, Dr.
Ferrero or
Greenberg
something? No.
Yeah.
sold his Porsche.
Those are expensive.
Who stole his Porsche?
Dr. Greenberg sold his Porsche.
Sold it.
He's moving to St. John's on us.
Island?
Oh, thank you, Elaine.
No,
Gee,
permanent?
I love you.
Hospital down in Oxnard.
Oxnard, oh yeah. That's a nice facility.
Do you need another fork?
Don't take mine.
I keep track of where they all are for if I go to LA, if I have to check in.
Oxnard. He's gonna be working down there?
Yeah. Different.
Be careful, you may have half of both of those. I hate to see get
David's got a Porsche.
too much.
None?
cramped or
David
something.
Tutter?
Nice little
Remember,
car.
remember
Wanted to
Thanksgiving,
drive it, but I never-
remember Christmas last year, and year before
David
last,
Tutter's
the Bitters.
Yeah. They- his
Does it
brother
make anybody
has
else
one.
comply, or you guys aren't ready yet, you're still on seconds, never mind.
These guys are on thirds, I think. Maybe fourths. Isn't that your fourth plate?
Well, I've been there 4 times. I have to have the right equation.
Wait a minute, this food has been drugged. room spinning.
Are you involved in the La Plunge?
Oh.
Really?
That's all I remember.
He likes your jokes.
He's a
funny.
great audience.
Oh,
The room spin.
that's funny.
Ken, how are you making out?
Pretty fun. Pretty funny watching it from this angle.
This carnivores in action down here.
Well, you're getting you're working on the saving the Los Banos pool thing.
Right.
You guys have 180,000, trying for more or something, it was in the paper.
That's right. We need a 300 more 100,000.
And the city's gonna try to help or
Please
something?
give freely.
Yeah, yeah,
We want the pool lining.
really.
Got any more room in there?
Uh-huh.
Let me tell you guys the rates on leftovers. Sandwiches are $1.80. After Sunday,
He's already got the leftovers figured out.
after Sunday, it goes down to 50 cents each.
We got two characters here.
You didn't get the faxes? You didn't get the memo this morning? And there's gonna be a few changes starting in January,
You know,
January 1st, daily vegetables.
James, your laugh sounds like a Lamaze.
He's fine. He's making fun of my laugh.
Ha ha ha. Like, breathe, breathe.
I know.
It's like the pregnant woman's breathing exercises.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, the red light's on.
We're all on film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that automatic focus?
Uh-huh.
It's my dessert heat.
Jock said the
There's
leftovers
no
will be.
cheesecake on this one.
Anyway,
I think Elaine's eating far more than I am.
Elaine's hanging in there.
I am not.
See that first plate? That was worth 2.
It wasn't even half as high as yours.
Pie?
It wasn't that big. I actually was going to go back and get seconds, and I thought I could keep it up with sugar and butter and really healthy stuff instead. Well, Ken told me I have the appetite of a bird.
Of a bird?
Maybe a dodo bird.
She was going to divide that 6 ways.
I want to share it with Ken,
No.
I probably will.
Oh.
Would you like some pie?
Yes.
No, no, no,
I don't let anybody cut my pie except me. You can have it if you want. There's just
Elaine?
a cheesecake there. Which would you like? You have to come choose.
Oh.
Or you can have a little bit of both.
I don't-
all three.
Let me go.
I have no room for pie.
I'm trying to get the motivation.
It's not going to be leaving anytime soon,
Good.
is it?
We have a piece for you. I guess like Jack said, don't eat so much you can't breathe.
Roast that, pretty roast it. Pretty to be roast that someday. Oh, that's right, you have it. Have you met Elaine's friend named Rosa?
Oh, wow.
No.
No?
Yeah.
Really good friend.
Rosa. Her first name.
Is that that girl from Seattle?
No?
Yes, it's maple.
Kind of a neighbor.
Do you know what the apple cranberry is? Oh, okay. Now let me know. I don't think I liked when you just filmed the mess I'm gonna eat.
Oh, it's not getting that.
It's like on record now.
We'll put a little black box over it.
Would you like to help me eat one?
How long you lived there, Steve?
Here?
1 year?
We always split the
You didn't know I moved out. September.
Jock, how long has he been here? You keep records.
He's been here 3 years now.
Feels like it.
Well, he has been here too long.
Oh.
You should think I would be drinking quite.
Jock, you gonna play music for us tonight?
Actually,
Come on.
You missed some of what
I
from
like
my
that.
mouth.
Have a little flamenco.
Sure.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah.
Arne,
Thank you.
I'm finished.
When I was in store, I tried to.
Oh, that was a good job you did on that
Don't
plate,
save
Steve.
this, I'm not finished.
We should frame that. We should frame that plate. No, I think you get the prize though. You get the booby prize, pal.
I hope there's some dessert left for me.
That all depends, would you be stuffing left for me?
Little stuff.
We got a lot of stuffing.
It's a joke. I love stuffing,
You
and I
love
asked Ken to make lots of extra so I could have leftovers.
Only eat about 2 cups each.
That's okay, I'll eat it for breakfast and for lunch tomorrow. No, I guess we'll probably be out tomorrow, this weekend. Well, you're working hard, so I don't have to order any pizza, I'll have stuffing.
We won't be ordering pizza out tomorrow night.
No, we're not.
Much as I hate to ask it, will you please take all the pie and whipped cream and everything
Oh,
like
yeah,
that?
no
Please,
problem.
because
Really,
I'm
Barbara?
taking that
yes,
home.
I will just eat
Just
it.
a little piece?
You can take a little piece.
Barbara, it's the
Take it
holiday
home with
season.
you. But if there was,
I was thinking about having Rosa over, she'll come over tomorrow night.
Oh, really? Be
Yeah.
great.
And she said she'd like to come over and try some of the pies. Just run herds, goat herds.
Unicorns, very interesting sign.
How about Gemini?
They're a little shy.
How about Geminis?
Ah, they're all flakes.
She summed it up. Sorry.
I
No,
didn't
all
want
of
to get
them.
into that when Liz was really handing you all of that on the platter, but everything I've read about Geminis is you guys are supposed to be just a little flaky.
Oh,
So
good
what's
qualities,
flaky mean?
please.
You
Good
might
qualities.
I don't know
flakes.
about your good qualities. I'm sure there are some good qualities.
Because they all are balanced out.
Yes, yes. Like I'm overly aggressive, anal retentive, blah, 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 but then my good qualities are loyal, stalwart, caring, giving,
Well, keep going.
belching. Can unfortunately
How about
encourages
if
me
I-
to not
I'm
be a
trying to
lady.
put that in a T account now.
encourages you
So
not to be a
damn mixed
lady?
on this damn accounting stuff.
Oh,
Is that a
He
debit or a
tries to
credit?
untrade
Credit.
all the
Barely.
training my mother
Belch.
gave you about how many belts
Belch
you're
is
supposed
credit.
to be very quiet behind
That's a
it.
debit.
And Ken's like, oh no, do a full-on loud
It
one,
goes in
I
the-
appreciate it more.
How about if I told you too that I totally don't believe in horoscopes? Completely made up. It's a nice little thing. It's
You
cute.
know, actually, Mariah and I were talking about that last night. So we're both skeptics. We don't really believe in it, but then it is kind of funny that some of the things seem to kind of be kind of true. And she was talking
Have you
about
ever heard
how-
of self-fulfilled prophecy?
Well,
Yeah,
I don't
I've
think
heard that.
that's true.
That-
That's not.
Like you're sitting at this table eating? Oh, I'm so sorry. No, I mean.
This person was talking about how there are a lot of phenomena we don't know about, and what she said, she talked to a guy who talked about how most of our body is made up of water, and it can be influenced by a lot of changes in tides and moons and stuff. There's a funny phenomenon that all women start to cycle the same if they're all in the same house.
We haven't really
There's no
scientifically.
explanation for it scientifically.
Must be some type of communication going on between them that's very subtle and not verbal.
Yeah, it's very odd that it happens. It's really odd.
Might be some scent that goes on, some hormonally.
Yes, it is.
What is love? Can you prove it? I don't believe in it.
So we were just going on about how, it could be true. How do we know it's any more true or any less true than any of the other things we believe in?
Who started horoscopes? Tell me the history.
Haven't they
There
been
is
asked
no,
as the Greeks?
Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's our environment. It's just as long as our environment can explain itself.
That's not good enough.
Okay.
It's actually a fairly ancient, I thought, spiritual
Yeah? The Greek?
way. It's been around for eons. It's just that it got
Well, I was looking at the sky the other night and I saw a
I
certain.
thought it was from, I thought it might have been,
How you feel?
I'm not sure, but from what I heard, it was like Greek or something.
That's what I thought.
Greeks, and they charted it with the stars.
Steve would know. Do you do charts, Steve?
stars and
I was
planets.
So I
curious, I
have
thought it'd be
books.
fun to do it.
They
You
come
do
in and
books?
they
Yeah,
talk
I-
about how when they're aligned and stuff, they affect
I
different
thought it'd be
moods.
fun to do a chart.
Oh, yeah.
Find out
The
where
way
all
someone
my other
explained
stuff
it to
is
me,
in.
that's
That
what
was
I
fun,
gathered.
Yeah, definitely.
I have no
I wish I
concept
had
of
that.
how the stuff
No,
works.
haven't.
I was thinking about planetary
Believe your-
pull, gravitational pull.
Time.
You're
On the
interactive
message
bird
machine?
on your,
Huh?
Okay,
developing your
I'll do
brain.
that. I
And
think it's
place.
Yeah,
Here.
yeah, I knew all that. I think it's either 8:35
Well,
or
moons certainly
8:37.
have
I'll look it up,
gravitational
it's
pulls
probably
on the
like
tides,
10:39.
you know?
Pretty strong.
AM?
That's what causes tides,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
On a very stormy morning.
Can I have
Figure.
that whipped cream
If
done?
we're 90,
Sure, Barbara.
90 something
Here we go.
percent, I don't know, 99, 95% water, aren't we?
Yeah,
So don't you think it would have an effect on us too?
that's what my friend Mariah was bringing up last night, is that it could quite possibly have an effect on us.
But why, when you're first born, that's when instrumentally it's supposed to happen, these so-called gravitational pulls?
Well, it's
No,
what,
it's just an arbitrarily decided point of incorporation. That when the baby emerges that time, it's an independent, incorporated
But
thing.
that, isn't that the time when the
Beginning.
gravitational pulls somehow influence scientifically? That's the idea.
No, it's.
But that would make
it's
sense, 'cause
continuous, it's ever continuous.
what's the difference between being in the womb or?
It's just, they take
being-
a photograph of the cosmic state, the solar system environment at that point. And they,
Sunday.
you know,
Ken, what, do you believe in horoscope?
No.
Jock?
Oh,
although
Susan,
Capricorns
going
and
to
Tauruses
Moscow.
are really great
You have
matches.
another baby?
Baby.
Another one?
yeah.
I think
Yes.
Capricorns and
Second one?
Cancers are too, and I get along fairly well with my sister in spite of her fundamentalist beliefs and
Well,
Boy,
everything.
that's good.
In surgery or something.
She of course thinks it's God, I think it's something else.
It's, we're just living in a scientific age, and Arne is a representative of that, where knowledge like this has been lost. The intuition to
That's right.
understand life on a more profound level than just the superficial details that are pointed out by science.
Where do
Did
you,
I,
where do you
insult
begin
you?
to believe, what do you decide to believe? What's dogma, what's not dogma in the
Science is
spiritual?
based
Well,
on
especially
a
the
bunch of
medical
beliefs
field
as
is
well.
all deeply rooted in astrology. That's the tradition.
Yeah, and science
Medicine?
itself is
Doesn't make it
rooted
real.
in
I'm not saying
belief.
it's real.
In order to be
Medicine?
to approach science, you
Medicine,
have to
oh, yeah.
root it in beliefs
Medicine
of what
and
certain
astrology
things
were
do.
intertwined. And the law, the jury system, 12 jurors.
What
That
type
whole thing
of
sucks
medicine are you
anyway,
talking
so-
about? Are you talking about like Amish medicine or, you know, some
Western.
Western medicine. I really, I was skeptical of trying Eastern medicine for serious things until I faced it, and I just decided to try it. And it really, it made a big difference.
And it's also more for prevention
Mm-hmm.
as a
I think a lot of
lifestyle
Eastern
health.
medicine is good, but I'm talking about horoscope is just some
Stay with
arbitrary
that.
thing. You know,
So the
who
sun
came up
is
with
in
it?
the,
Why does
yeah, the
everybody
sun
believe
is
it?
in the noon position. Is there any kind of activity that happens like a regular basis when the sun's in that position, and why?
What scholars came up with horoscope?
When sun goes down, don't most people go to sleep if we were left to our natural
Lunch,
biorhythms?
Arna. Lunch at noon. That's Jock coming out. What was that?
I was trying to explain to Arna that if we were left to our natural biorhythms as a creature, when the sun went down, we'd go to sleep. We'd just naturally get tired and go to sleep. When the sun comes up, we'd wake up.
Biorhythms are all very good. I'm talking about personality characteristics
Biorhythm.
ascribed to when you were born is what horoscopes are all about. You were born at a certain time of the year,
Let's get your
therefore you
horoscope
have
done.
personality
Have you,
characteristics.
well, the thing is you're trying to read too is that Liz is always telling you that you're lousy. That's your basis for horoscope.
That's why you're saying I'm prejudiced against
Yeah.
horoscopes.
That's the vehemence
I've
behind
always
it.
been, no, don't try to remind me. I've always been prejudiced against horoscopes.
I don't know, I think they're kind of,
I'm pretty damn skeptical about it.
but I'm skeptical, but I find that it's amazingly coincidence or it's amazingly true. It's one or the other.
You can always
Looks
find.
like 2 against 5.
But these two are
I think
mighty
it's kind
too.
of fun to read this stuff though once in a while, but I don't follow it really.
Well, I mean, really, just as she said, what makes up our bodies at subtler levels, and in terms of like believing in reality, the very, well,
Carry on.
Would you-
No, don't help out, Barb. He's gonna finish it.
You know, I could
I
have
mean, it's
taken
all
that course
space.
on that in college and passed it with flying colors, and you know how I would have done it? I would have memorized what the professor was saying. When the question came up, on the test, I would just, reel out my brain and
Venus is a
quiet,
planet of love.
and reel back his words at him.
Good at memorizing things.
Yeah, it was very good. And so, A plus.
Yeah, it's
That
a-
guy's
it's a scam.
wonderful.
It's just,
He
where's it come
he's-
from? Well, it
This-
just is.
You use the word scam, I think that's a little harsh indictment of horoscope. I think it's more of a historical thing, it's
Well,
very
they say
interesting.
that about religion too.
Scam?
Well, just not long ago, we thought the sun went around the earth, and people are very emotionally involved in that, and you
Who?
could actually go to prison if you thought a certain way.
Who came up with horoscope? Oh, in
I
history.
think we kind
You
of.
did, you came up
We're
with this
trying
whole
to tell you that
damn
it's an ancient
conversation.
tradition.
Sorry.
The Chinese
You
have
came up
horoscopes,
with-
but it's based
didn't
on an
exist
annual
before
year.
The Chinese have horoscopes?
And that has been around for.
India
It's quite
also
different,
though.
ancient.
I prefer the old-fashioned method of
It's
throwing
been-
bones.
It's been around as long as we've been around.
Ching, yeah.
So
Why
that's-
is that any
Well,
more? I mean, again,
India,
science is all
I mean,
based on belief.
China has the year of the so-and-so, the year of the,
We-
if you're born the year of the mouse,
Yeah.
then for you're a mouse.
We put a lot of faith in Western society on synthetic pills and on synthetic treatments and all these sort of things, and we put the same faith in that. But yet everybody gets really weird when somebody says, well, I'm going to put my faith in a tradition that's been around
Well,
for
scientific method.
centuries. But the scientific method is based on a belief too. On something you have to take on faith.
So how,
Yeah, I'm gonna go out in
what,
the
do you
kitchen
believe
and
that
just
there's an
get my
underlying
my,
cohesiveness to
silver together and
the
wash.
universe? Is there an
Not
underlying?
in a
Arne and
dish.
Steve, now Barbara, well,
Then
when
later
was
on you
Arne,
can
did you ever
stack
hear
up
the
the
bill
dishes
for
for
when
me
she was
and
in with you
I'll
guys, what you guys charged her
but-
at St. Francis when she
let
was
him
in?
No.
wash it.
Okay, I mean, all the time she was in,
You can just
22
bring the
grand.
silverware.
No.
We work piecemeal.
Mm-hmm,
No.
yeah,
I
that's
believe
what that
that.
came to, yeah.
How long was she in there?
And thanks for
She was
taking
in there
care
for
of
like
her.
Jeez,
two
I
weeks.
wanted her to get out of there quicker.
Yeah.
I was
Thanks to
afraid
you
of
guys
that.
walking her around, she got, saved a little money too.
You know, when I was,
Is that high?
Yeah.
Arne, when I was
She was in there for a
the
couple weeks though, wasn't she?
this-
About a week and a half.
The surgeon is about 10,
Did she have
8,000.
surgery?
My surgery was 8,000. My hospital
What
stay for the
happened?
day and a half I
No,
was
that's
in was
just,
She just
12.
went in there and took up a bed
Yeah,
space?
that's how
12,000.
much it is. That's medicine.
That's cheaper compared to mine. When I was in,
And just itemize it, set 12 pages.
How about
Well, see,
1% of
the
that?
room cost has to
Doctor
cover the
visits,
maintenance people.
that's still
Yeah.
cheaper than college. So I just think
Technician
she was in
visits,
for a
nothing.
week. I was
Well,
in
they
for
gave,
she
she gave her a lot of
It was
antibiotics to
12.
get over the pneumonia. She had
Oh,
pneumonia.
oh.
So, but it was, antibiotics
So
and
it's something
stuff.
she had to really be there.
Oh, yeah, yeah, they wanted her around. Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Jack, I was only in for 2.5 days. I was in for less time than she was, and I spent more than half what she
Really?
did. That's what they charged us.
Charge you guys, what,
12,000
Huh.
just for the hospital.
Boy, and it's, yeah.
And I was only in for really like one night, one whole
And
day, and 2 hours or
She's
more.
covered quite well with her supplemental, and you guys have to take care of
We
a lot
won't
of
have
that.
to pay any more than 3,000.
Uh-huh.
That's
Really? Yeah.
1,000 deductible and 2,000 max.
Oh, yeah,
And we'll
yeah.
probably hit it.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's funny, when I'm in the hospital, I often want to crawl into a bed.
Mm.
My low
No.
energy
Well,
will
you
work.
gotta be careful about
The
Dr.
real
Jack.
good stuff? Okay.
Yeah, a lot too.
Or it sounds like it could be a scandal, if there was someone else in them.
Hospitals charge, I mean, the thing for me that really got to me.
Is that General Hospital, that show? You've been watching that lately, haven't you?
No, I haven't.
Doctors and lawyers go to school the same amount of time. Okay, let's skip 1 year. And I cannot believe that
I
doctors.
can't believe that.
They go 1 year longer than I do. And they do a residency, but they get paid for it. I do
Wait a minute
residency
now.
and I get paid hardly anything. And I get paid hardly anything compared to the full-time. What got to me was that one surgeon had to be there because it was supposed to be outpatient surgery, but when they got in, they were afraid, it was cancer and they needed to do serious surgery. And the assisting surgeon got paid, and I'm not kidding. I mean, she was in, the thing took 20 minutes, and her bill it's like $800.
Over here, Arne, let me ring you up. Let me see, now, what was that
She
first
come up
course?
with
Let me see here just a
$800 for
second.
20 minutes
That was
of
a new
her
program,
standing
it'll
and
be
making
quick,
sure
it'll be
my
quicker this
surgeon
year.
would take.
Okay, now it was Turkey, and we waived
Because
that.
my surgeon told me it was only 20 minutes of the major surgery. She took
That
a lot
was
longer when
2
she was
pounds
going
of
through
turkey
the
that-
I only had
laparoscope,
6
trying to make
slices.
sure,
You said 7.
you know, whether or not she could
Now,
squeeze it out through a
not that
smaller
deposit you
incision,
gave,
et
we need
cetera,
some
et cetera. Oh, isn't that
Especially
exciting?
that
And I had something. It was really interesting. I got to see it on video. I think Ken was kind of queasy,
So I
but
got in for 186.
I did
Yeah,
too. But
surgeries are
apparently we
kind
were
of
the
interesting.
two who did. Or there were 2 others, I knew.
Yeah, stuff is kind of interesting, I have to admit.
Yeah.
We need a single payer plan. I was just hearing that on the radio today that, you know, people were saying that part of the problem was that Clinton didn't put his foot down and try for it. He just immediately assumed the insurance companies would defeat him. So he didn't even try for a single payer plan.
Who knows? Look how they defeated that
Can
opposition.
I have Steve's fork
They had
and
all
I'll
the
bring you
money,
another
all the-
fork, Steve.
Scared them.
Steve,
Steve.
I'm using the fingers now.
she's leaving with it. She's gonna go stab somebody, but give it back to you so that you get blamed for it.
Luckily, the thrust wasn't great enough to enter her jock's skin.
James, you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm severely disappointed.
Can I answer it? Can I you?
No, but I'll tell you what, could you hang it up when we get upstairs?
They were on your way over here.
No.
Seriously, did you?
Yeah. Can you hang up the phone, James? I'm gonna eat your pie.
But she knew you weren't around. I said something like that. She quickly got back to her phone. What did he phone?
Oh,
Some cheesecake one?
good idea.
I don't feel like eating it. I just want to have a slice later.
Yeah.
Just make sure you get our potato mash and pan back.
Well, I'll go home, Barbara, and then I'll rinse them right there. Yeah.
Well, last year it took us over a year to get it.
So quickly it's over.
I know, it chowed down and it's gone. See, I knew if we brought the Brussels sprouts and the Jello salad, things would have lasted longer. Smile, Ken, so we can check out your teeth.
What's that?
You'll have to get Arne to show you the stomach, swollen belly. Oh, I noticed Steve unbuttoned his pants.
Yes.
So you guys have this disadvantage of wearing pants. You can't be just large dress.
Straight to, I should run the car for Liz.
No.
Yeah, tomorrow morning.
Your bike's there?
She'll get me, let me off of work.
Huh?
She'll let me off of work.
She'll drop you off at work? Why, because she needs the car?
Yeah, the cat's there.
Oh, to take the cat in?
Right.
So you've got 2 light bulbs in this thing?
Yes.
Oh, it's not too bad.
That figure is good. How you doing?
Good.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, but it does, you know, less the flow.
Yeah, we,
It wasn't. Well, I think maybe try to get Rosie to come over tomorrow night and get the jelly stuff. And the stuff.
Well, we got
Turkey was
all ready, right here, yeah.
right side.
All right. Jock and Arne.
Do you know what controls this whole bending? Is it this word? Do you know that by chance?
Usually it's the
The arm?
handle,
Yeah.
you twist it. Coming down.
You twist it.
All right. How much the next little party here now?
Let's move it.
Already played that time?
I want to relax, Mom.
Well,
Make
I
sure
would
it's-
if Jock would quit, but he wouldn't do.
You know, just sit down, relax.
Yes,
away.
they
Nor-
kicked me out of the kitchen, so he couldn't do it.
All right. Yeah.
Just relax.
we're not gonna lose any silver. But if the garbage disposal will break them in, or we're just gonna steal them.
Oh, my car's there.
Have you gotten that thing that,
Oh yeah, got it a few days ago.
did you get, send a picture yet to her?
No.
Don't put that up too long,
Okay.
because,
Yeah, we'll
you
get
know,
it.
she gets impatient like I do, because she lies in bed most of the time too.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Did it cost about what you said?
Cost $60. We'll or 70. We'll get there. Like something else. First now. Well, I wish he was. I guess we could. It's kind of annoying that she didn't just get something on her list. We had to tell everybody what we were supposed to. We really wanted. I think that was a big delay. We had to like think of something special. And I think we took it too seriously too. Picture frame or something like that. Took it
Well,
seriously.
she just made it a positive that you had to get her something that would remind her of, that would remind you of her.
Yeah.
Whenever you used it.
Oh,
But
that's nice.
she is very, you know, she always has told me just exactly what to do.
Yeah.
And it's really funny, I do that with every gift we got from somebody. I know who gave it to us, and I think of when we did it. Like the black stuffing casserole we got from my aunt. That we were using today, so I remembered that and thought of her. Of course, the KitchenAid, I think of my father every time. The espresso machine, I think of my brother. Of course, my sister and her husband sent us a check. So I don't think of them very often anymore. No, they did that so that we could pay off medical bills.
Yeah, like a check probably is what your kids would rather had in for anything, really.
Well,
It was nice to
have
have
special
presents.
things to remember people.
Yeah, at the time we didn't do it.
Somebody that in that situation,
Well, I'm glad that, I remember telling John there were gonna be dishes.
Yeah.
I knew he didn't like to wash dishes, but he wanted to come and pay.
Well, when you get paid to clean people's houses, you do a lot of things you don't like. You do it because you get paid.
I guess that
step lightly, oh, Jay.
Hi, Steve. Oh, Steve, you're drunk again.
well, and I did.
Okay. Yeah, just that sort of thing. And, here, put your hand through here. Hand through there, Steve. One hand, right here, right through there. And there, and you got your telephoto, and you got your, it should say record too. Okay, where were we? So yeah, Steve saw Gary a big stick. And yeah, I'm treating these guys very well. Well, Steve was already very quiet anyway. I use him as an example for James.
Steve's very quiet.
Yeah, so I told James to be more like Steve. And, but yeah, I didn't know she could be really loud and out on the phone. And on the phone, probably loud. Pacing around, oh, they're picking me up, And maybe involving
Steve
you.
Graham was the biggest influence.
Maybe involving you in her details a little too much. Oh, they're coming here and blah, blah, blah. Yes, sir. Things you maybe don't need to know. You don't need that much information.
Too much information. Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, I'll be over to rectify the situation.
Steve.
Now, we're gonna have to have a little meeting about the couple, though. Might be too much. Put you up. Do they have a pet?
No.
How old? Just up.
21 and 19.
That's a young age. We're gonna have to
Yeah,
talk about
they're
that.
very mature.
We're gonna have to talk about that. Don't make a move.
Very mature.
Well, Kathy's there, though. She's not moving out. So we gotta discuss that? Not so many words.
I hope the camera's not picking.
Yeah. Don't worry, this tape is
Well, let's see what the point
stays here.
Anybody gets that
Back
angry,
on the stand?
that job is not,
Either way, yeah, if you want.
that is not.
Just slips locked up.
So
I know, man, you're.
somebody told me about
Plus,
that.
man, and it's not your kingdom.
I lost control.
And he said it was something that guy got him into. Of course, he would say it wasn't his fault anyway, I realized that. That somebody else was responsible. But he won't tell me what it is. Bring it on and get smart out of him, and say, well, have you seen our friend or, wish I knew what he was in there for or something, but.
On top of that, you're gonna put up with that, why pay all that too? And have to be irritated with things. Oh, it's not good.
Always on camera.
What was that about? Jesus Christ.
How do you feel, Steve? You were up for a little while?
And then you have a little talk and she gets defensive.
I feel pretty good. I've never mentioned that.
Thank you.
Twice, but can't say that.
She got defensive. Now what's gonna happen? Some serious talks.
Yeah, there is talk. There is talk. What job is that?
Oh, yeah. Okay, fire all those over there. Right.
Jock?
Oh, just humor in that.
Oh, I wish I could hang up on the fireplace. My favorite time. And then come back for seconds. Well, tomorrow. As well as tomorrow night.
Do come tomorrow. I think I could probably convince the rest of the time.
8 o'clock?
Oh no, 8 o'clock would be good.
8 o'clock? 8:30ish?
Make
What's
it
ideal?
8:30ish.
8:30? You got it.
Actually, and what I'll do is I'll call Rosa.
Quarter to 9ish? 8:30ish.
Make it like 8:30. Ken will be there, but I won't be there. Rosa won't be there. We have a group that we go
Oh,
to
8:30.
Now we can
on Friday
put you on the
nights.
drums for a second, all right? The natural drummer. Remember that? Yeah, you have a
It'd be
natural
fun to eat all the
Maybe
leftovers
put some
tomorrow
on the
night.
keyboard.
Pick up some more stuff.
Yeah.
Then you can tell everybody, you guys jam.
stuffing?
Make up the stuffing.
We had dinner and we had a jam.
I guess we're just
I'll
cooking.
take
Yeah,
Santa
that's
Barbara
all.
because I can eat it.
What?
Is it?
Yeah,
I'll see
Santa
if I can eat it.
Barbara and Monterey.
You know, I'm not that big on turkey unless there's a lot of white meat left. It doesn't look like it is. So, that's all the mashed potatoes left. We could throw that in with the side stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. You sure?
Oh, yeah, we'll talk.
No.
That was the movie I was talking about. That's that movie, that's a miniseries.
So, Arne, what did you think of Scarlett?
Good. I thought I liked
Are you okay?
the Rhett a lot. I thought he was better than Clark Gable.
You can organize those later.
Combine these or keep them separate?
Don't combine those. Keep them separate. But I thought you put the potatoes in there.
Very impressed with Timothy Dalton.
I was a little sorry. I hated the way it kind of wrapped up over her trial. Like, when she gets
Yeah.
hung, she's going to get hung, and then leave it at, well, we'll get you the best lawyer. Here's your lawyer. And I'm thinking, well, he couldn't get Scarlett off. Why should he get the woman who actually killed her off?
You're right. That was really
It
silly
was like,
at the end.
give me a break.
Like,
But that's
you're-
like, just make it all look really good because we don't know how to get out of this. She's going to get hung.
That woman is on her way to the gallows. I thought the same. I thought, boy, they're
just
trying to
like-
like, oh, it was all bright and cheery.
I was
Oh,
like, that's
thank you. You know, best lawyers. We'll take care. Oh, she's over there. Don't worry. Like,
it's like the woman's strung up. She's going to die.
I mean, Scarlett, they both had the same reasoning for defending himself from the. They both were abused by that guy.
Oh, the guy's a creep.
You're the crew. Give me the willies.
Work yourself. $100.
Barbara,
They're not
So your
working
time
hard.
is,
I gotta go.
your time is
I work.
6:30, so.
I gotta be at Hope Ranch in half an hour. Taking care of my guy with a stroke.
Oh, really? You really work hard, Arne.
Yeah, it's just this condo. My freedom's over.
Well, you tell your parents really, to follow up on those grandparents right. Because I know what they're going
There's
through.
gotta be some type of.
Because my parents didn't see Jock for 6 years before.
Grandparents' rights differ from state to state. I know in California, if the parents don't want the grandparents to see, if there's a
Every
rebuttable
state must be
presumption that
different.
they can't see it.
Really?
Yeah, it's very difficult for a grandparent to see a parent over a parent's objection.
Some strong objections, I'm afraid. Well,
And only a few states
Something's
have
gonna-
allowed them to bring
something's
back.
gonna change. My brother's gonna, he's not totally, completely.
Well, in the long run, the biggest thing that's gonna, affect her is what I always tell my parents when we put this stuff with each other is, the thing that's gonna come down to the end is your kid's gonna hate her.
Yeah, think about it. Never
Her
be able
kid
to see
will,
it.
when
Job?
he's older, he'll hate her.
Got my business card?
Yeah.
I'll get it next time.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, you don't have my business cards, do you?
You got some?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
tomorrow
want
night.
one? Tomorrow night, I'll give you one.
Barbara, see you soon.
Okay, come by whenever you can, Arne.
Okay.
It's always a treat to see you.
Bye.
Bye.